Hello all, in this lecture we will discuss the Lagrange method for solving first order quasi-linear PDE. We will start with the yesterday's class. Yesterday we have discussed, in the last lecture we have discussed about solving the problem minus y ux plus x into uy equal to 0 by Lagrange method. Okay, so we have discussed the solution is of the form f of some arbitrary function of psi phi equal to 0, and we have already discussed the method of finding how to find psi. Okay, now we have to determine phi. This can be done in the same way as we obtained a psi. So now we have to find f of phi of xyz is equal to beta. So for determining phi, we are taking the relation del phi is equal to p2, the vector p2, where p2 is the vector 0 0 1, and that means dou phi by dou x is equal to 0, dou phi by dou y equal to 0, and dou phi by dou u is equal to 0. So taking let this be equation number 1 and this be equation number 2. Okay, so taking the first relation in equation number 2, we have dou phi by dou x is equal to 0. That means when phi is differentiated with respect to x, its derivative is 0. That means the function phi will be independent of x. Then only its derivative, when we take the derivative with respect to x, that will become 0. If there is a function, non-zero function in terms of x, then dou phi by dou x cannot be 0. So using this idea, we can write phi as, integrating the first relation, we will get phi of x y u, sorry, not x y z, our dependent variable is u here. So phi of x y u is equal to some function of what? The remaining variables, that is y and u. So if let it be f1 of yu, then, or since f we have already taken for psi, I am taking this as g1 of yu. So now what we have to find, we have to eliminate this functions g1, or we have to determine the function g1. For that we have two more equations left with us in equation number 2. For that, and using that, we are taking the derivative of the equation star by with respect to y. So this will be dou phi by dou y equal to, now g1 is a function of y and u, so this will be partial derivative with respect to y. Now what is dou f by dou y? Dou f by dou y is also given as 0. So what we obtained is dou g1 by dou y is 0 now, isn't it? That means what is g1? g1 is a function in two variables y and u, and derivative of g1 with respect to y is 0. That means g1 is independent of y, or it is a function of u alone. So let it be g1 of yu is a function of u alone. Let it be g2. So this be g2 of u. Okay, that means now substituting this in star, phi will be of the form phi will be is equal to g2 of u. That means phi is a function in u only, and it is independent of x and y. Now we have to determine what is g2. For that we will use the third equation, and hence we must take dou phi by dou u, and then g2 is function of y u only, so that is dg2 by du, and dou phi by dou u is given as what is dou phi by dou u? It is not 0, it is equal to 1, isn't it? So dou phi by dou u is equal to 1, so this will be equal to 1. Now integrating this one, we will get a g2. So g2 of u is equal to, we will get it as, integrating 1, we will get it as, we are integrating with respect to u, so we will get g2 as u. From this equation we can write what? g1 of yu is equal to u, and using the relation star, and from star we can get what is phi. So phi is equal to, phi of x y u is equal to u alone, isn't it? So in the general solution is of the form. Now we have obtained two functions, psi as this one. Psi is what? Psi is 1 by 2 of x square plus y square, and phi is u. So the general solution we know that it is of the form, general solution is of the form f of phi psi, that is half x square plus y square comma u equal to 0. One way we can write it as this one, or we can write this as u is equal to, so one function as a function of another one. So u is equal to g of half x square plus y square. Half is a constant, so we can take it as a function itself. So we will consider only the variables. So it is a function of u is equal to g of x square plus y square. So the solution to the general problem, general integral or solution to the problem 1 is u is equal to some function of x square plus y square. So in this way we can find the problems related to finding the general solution by Lagrange method. Now we move on to the corresponding Cauchy problem. That means when an initial condition or initial data is given, or finding a integral surface passing through the containing the initial curve. Such Cauchy problems. So we will take this equation itself, solve this equation. This equation was number 1 by with the initial condition u of x0 is equal to sin x for x greater than 0, and we have already discussed, we have already obtained the solution, general solution of 1, general solution as f of half of x square plus y square u is equal to 0, or u is equal to some function of x square plus y square. So this is our general integral. Equation number 2 is the general integral. Now we have to find the particular solution, or we have to find the integral surface that passes through or that contains the initial curve. What is initial curve? Initial curve is u of x0 is equal to sin x for x greater than 0. So applying this condition, first we parameterize our integral surface, that is the general solution. We introduce the parameter psi, or c is not psi, as theta, or we will introduce a parameter here, it as theta. So theta we are introducing it as x square plus y square. Therefore we can rewrite equation 2 as u is equal to g of theta. Okay, so this is our the parametric form of the curve, u is equal to g of theta. Then from the initial condition u of x0 equal to sin x, then its parametric equation is, parametric curve is what will be the parametric curve? When y is equal to, we have y is equal to 0, so u is equal to sin x, isn't it? And from this equation we can Now apply this in, and y is equal to 0. Y is 0 and u is equal to sin x. And substituting this in equation number 3. Before substituting this in equation number 3, we have theta is equal to x square plus 0, or which implies x is equal to, we can write it as root theta. X we can write it as root theta. So when x is root theta, x is equal to root theta we got. Then u is equal to, what is u? U is equal to g of theta. G of theta, or g of g of theta. That means u is equal to what? Sin x will be sin root theta. Now combining 3 and 4. Combine 3 and 4. So u is equal to g of theta, and g of theta is what? Sin of root theta. Sin of g of theta is equal to, combining that equations, we will get g of theta is sin root of theta. So now equation number 2 implies u is equal to g of x square plus y square, that is sin of g of x square plus y square, that is g of theta. G of theta is what? G of theta is sin of root theta. So sin of root theta. Theta means it is again x square plus y square. So this about the general function. We don't know what is the function g, and we have obtained here g as sine function. Sine of what? Sine of root of x square plus y square. So this is the corresponding solution to the Cauchy problem. Solution of the corresponding Cauchy problem with the initial condition u of x0 is equal to sin x for x greater than 0. Now there are many disadvantages for this Cauchy problem. There are many disadvantages for the Lagrange method, even though it gives the general solution for the first order quasi-linear PDE. The main disadvantages are this is limited only to a limited number of equations, to a limited number of quasi-linear equations. That means all the quasi-linear equations cannot be solved by this Lagrange method, because it is very difficult to determine psi and phi. Under this, these are determined only under some special circumstances. And the second disadvantages. Any potential problem arising from the interaction between the equation and the initial data. Initial data, that means corresponding the Cauchy problem, is also difficult to solve. And Lagrange method is limited. And the third one is it is limited to only to the quasi-linear equations, but its generalization to non-linear equations is very difficult. Generalization to non-linear is very difficult. But on the other hand, quasi-linear equation also can be solved by the method of characteristics, and this method can be generalized into non-linear equations for solving non-linear PDEs also. So comparing to that one, we can say that this Lagrange method is not that much good as method of characteristics. But the main advantage is that it gives the general solution. It gives the general solution of what? Quasi-linear equations, quasi-linear PDEs. It gives the general solution of the quasi-linear PDE. Okay. Thank you